Argon Fritz.
Argon Fritz VCR Theater.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm an alien. Don't get scared. We're celebrating aliens tonight at Argon Fritz VCR Theater. I'm here with my wife's maker's mark. Mother's mark, as I like to call it. Cheers to extraterrestrials and just terrestrials. Isn't that fun? Extraterrestrials. It's like, extra means like above, I guess, in this case. You know? Growing up in the 90s and I guess the 80s to an extent, aliens were a big deal. It really felt like they were just going to show up any minute now. And it's funny because it's like the wishful thinking of not only the extraterrestrial enthusiast communities, but you know, conspiracies in general. They tend to engage in a lot of wishful thinking. They're like, you know what? Because I said so, disclosure is going to come soon. You heard of this term, disclosure? It's supposed to be like keyframe rate. You sons of... I got a warning that my keyframe rate... Does anyone even know what this... Speak English, YouTube. Poindexter. Yeah, but you thought, oh man, you know... It's almost like you're just, you know, you want to will something into existence. In the 90s, man, people were like, no, they're coming. There's going to be aliens any fucking day now. But, you know, I always believed in the paranormal as a child. I loved it. I got every book on, like, the Bermuda Triangle. And I think the first kind of incident, if you will, that broke the spell for me was probably when I read about, because I had a book on the Bermuda Triangle, right? And this shit was so intriguing to me as a child. I'm like... The Bermuda Triangle? This weird... Come to find out, there's nothing special about it. In fact, like, virtually any random swath of ocean that you wanted to pick of a similar, you know, radius or whatever, would have the same distribution of shipwrecks. And, like, I read this somewhere after being, like, so into it for so long. And I was like, oh shit, I kind of can't deny that. I wonder what else I've been told that's bullshit. I wonder what other wolf tickets I've been sold by your neighborhood snake oil salesman. But boy, did we love our goddamn aliens back when I grew up. And you know, if I had to say, I wouldn't put a hashtag nostalgia necessarily with this show, but there's obviously a bit of it. I like to think of it as like nostalgia in the same way when you have too much LSD, you're like, wait, am I 3 years old again? Or maybe like all these like weird surface memories come up. You're like, I'm connecting with, you know, That kind of nostalgia, maybe. Where it's like, yeah, the deep recesses of your brain are kind of being poked and prodded. Anyway, guys, I'm going to play for you some fun shit. I wanted to start with something. I'm sure I watched this back when it came out. But, you know, I watched all this stuff. It seems like it was on Fox, so I wouldn't be surprised. But this is actually, it was on Sci-Fi Channel. Pardon me, Sci-Fi Channel. But this is the UFO special. I don't know, but it's from a UFO. It's from the YouTube page Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon, UAP. It's supposed to be Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon. But I digress. They could have been putting their own spin on it. You know? Could be their own spin. Let's watch a little of this. Let's just ease into it while I roll up a joint for myself here. I got to everything late tonight because I got a new setup here. I got a new setup with my computers. I used to have a gigantic old TV. It was about fucking the size of a wall. Weighed 2 tons. It was awesome. It was my back cave computer. But I got to set up for a new job here. And I'm not complaining. This is a sleek setup. But I have not gotten used to it all just yet. And there were some problems with the microphones. Gremlins. Occam's razor, right? No. Murphy's Law. Murphy's razor. Occam's Law. Let's watch some of this crap.
This slow motion enhancement clearly shows the craft as it's speeding along the shoreline. To this day, Adrien maintains he is still experiencing the reoccurring sightings.
Wait.
Since then, they have frequently appeared recurring sightings. Adrien maintains he is still experiencing the reoccurring sightings.
Reoccurring? Now, guys, is it recurring? Is it recurring? Isn't reoccurring redundant? Look, I know that James Doohan is English as a second language, but you know, I could even if I've edited podcasts for people who can barely speak, and I'll tell you, I can make them say recurring without a hitch. Let's go back to the sorry. Oh, by the way, that's Scotty from the Star Trek.
They have frequently appeared in UFO sighting reports. This cigar-shaped craft was filmed hovering in Rhode Island in 1967.
So where's James Doohan from? If anybody's in the comments, is he really Scottish? Because it sounds like one of two things could be happening here. I'm so glad I don't have any chats yet. Because when I start getting them, I'll forget to check. But yeah, he's either really trying to... Like, either he's not Scottish, and he's putting just a little bit of Scottish on because, like, otherwise he'd be unrecognizable, or he is Scottish, and yet he somehow becomes such, like, a kind of cliche, like, parody of his own people that he's, like, at least maybe going for, like, you know how, like, you know, and no offense to my friends across the pond. I mean, no insensitivity, because I'm not really sure. I don't want to, you know, say the wrong thing, but it's much like the South in America is, has the accents that are considered more, I guess, like folksy or something. It's like kind of the opposite in the UK. So maybe he's like doing like the equivalent of a Southern UK accent to kind of like, dude, I just got canceled. The last thing we need to do is insult the British people. They've suffered enough, guys. They've had enough persecution.
Elongated UFO was videotaped in 1980 in the skies over Hagen, Germany. These pictures of a cigar-shaped UFO
is that what it is?
were taken
I thought
in
somebody
California.
spilled their fucking
This
drink
UFO
all over
was
the
photographed in
tablecloth.
Earth's orbit.
It's a picture.
Crowds gathered in Krasnodar, Russia,
Okay.
to marvel at this luminous cigar-shaped UFO.
Like how there's just some like silhouettes. You know, I'm a body language expert. Those guys, they might look like they're standing there. They're marveling.
Dramatic footage was later broadcast on Soviet television.
Dramatic footage.
The evidence is overwhelming. No
Is it?
single program in history has ever amassed such a compelling collection of footage.
No shit.
We'll use computer analysis, optical enhancement, and expert testimony to help bring the truth to light. But first, when did these
But
sightings
first,
begin?
a word
The
from our
evidence
sponsor.
suggests that mankind has been visited since the dawn of time. Recently, researchers point to one undeniable event that sparked
How
the
scary is
largest
this?
wave of sightings in history, the detonation of the atomic bomb.
Unknowingly, we had sent an invitation to the universe
I
establishing
love this. Somebody once, I guess, put forth the theory that, like, because to an extent, yeah, there's element. Could a detonation, a nuclear detonation on Earth, be detectable light years away, or let's just say from the far reaches of the galaxy? You know, beyond what we can detect, considering it would be. I'm talking about an intelligent alien race. I mean, we've in our visible universe, for the most part, we've kind of ruled out any kind of super advanced. I mean, you never know. There's a lot of universe, but like, I'm just saying. I'm interrupting too much. I'm sorry.
ourselves as an advanced
Oh yeah,
civilization.
there's this idea that like a nuclear launch is what, like, it's like we've Lord Bleep. Yes, my subject. Lord Bleep, we've just detected something in the Terra Quadrant. What? It looks like the Earthlings have detonated a devastating nuclear device. My God. That must have been 1,000 years ago, because we're just seeing it now. We better send a message that'll take 1,000 years for them to read, if they can read it at all. You know what I'm saying? Guys, it's not likely. And not only that, from what I've heard from like John Paul, what is it? John Michael Gaudier? Let me see. John Michael Gaudier. He's a futurist and science fiction author. I listen to him all the time on YouTube. He's got a great series of Fermi paradox related videos. If you don't know what the Fermi paradox is, fuck you. What are you, a newbie? Yeah, where was I going? It's highly unlikely that they're going to detect a bomb going off, and even less likely that they're going to do anything about it in time to like have a meaning. You know what I'm saying? Space is big, and time is tied to space. Get it?
The Air Force has officially analyzed the motives of possible visitors from space.
I love this.
Here's
UFO
a direct
researcher. I'm a
quotation from
UFO
the official
researcher. I've
report.
read the bullshit
Such a
too.
civilization might observe that on Earth we now have atomic bombs. We should therefore expect at this time above all to behold such visitation.
As early as 19...
That dude was like, should I hide my accent? Does it sound more legitimate if I hide my accent? Okay then. UFOs have visited the Earth. This guy might be a fucking alien. No offense. I mean, look at this guy. Donald Kehoe. What is that backwards? Sounds like a fucking alien to me.
The motives of possible visitors from space.
I'm pretending
Here's a
like I
direct
know anything
quotation
what
from
I'm
the
talking
official
about.
report.
But I
Such a
fucking can't because
civilization
there's no
might observe
evidence.
that on Earth we
So
now have
what are we
atomic
doing?
bombs. We should therefore expect at this time above all to behold.
Oh my God, boring.
Atomic
Come on.
and Roswell
Yeah, Roswell. They found a fucking kite. The original
reporters.
They have pictures of it. This is the
As
picture.
proof.
Okay, that's the pictures of Roswell. That's what they found. Does that look like a fucking alien craft? They don't show you this on most of the alien specials, but I guess this was a more innocent time. But like, look at this. The way they described it, they're like, yeah, it was like foil and some sticks, like some wood. It literally sounded like. But what's weird about it, I will admit, is that the government has like changed their story a few times, and for no really good reason. Like sometime in the 2000s, they're like, hey guys, guess what? It wasn't a weather balloon. It was a special like Russian spy thing, not from Russia, but for the purposes of, spying on Russia or some shit like that. They came out with this, they're like, oh, it was Operation Skinny Bop. I'm like, no one was asking for a new explanation, especially one that doesn't seem to like warrant the secrecy. And it's like, it's one thing if something was declassified, it was dumped. They like made a statement. the government. They're like, Roswell was actually, it was sort of a balloon. But they changed their story. I'll admit that's weird, but I mean, look at this. This guy is got some fucking aluminum foil or aluminium foil, as our friends across the pond say. I'm trying to suck up to them after insulting them so much.
The incident was nothing more than a downed weather balloon. Recently declassified government top-secret documents confirm the Roswell incident. The report states on July 7th, 1947, a secret operation had begun to assure recovery of the wreckage of an alien craft for scientific study.
Confirmed?
The Roswell incident caught the military off guard.
Oh, how they're saying
Faced
Roswell.
with the fear of widespread public panic, the government began the largest covert
If
operation
you're from
in
Roswell,
history.
New Mexico, chime in the comments. Is it pronounced Roswell or Roswell? Or Roswell? Or Roswell?
It was twofold. First,
Twofold.
research the alien
Twofold.
visitors and their craft, and second, divert the public's attention away from the subject of
How scary is James Doohan, Scotty, TV's Scotty, in this episode? Why? Well, I mean, you know, you get Jonathan Frakes on these like trip through the Bible things. He's laid back. He's like, hey, I don't have to be here. I want to be here. Sit with me. Come on, let's get into it. Let's get into this Bible shit. James Doohan's like, I beg of you, look to the skies before it's too late.
UFOs.
This sucks.
In response to the Roswell crash, then-President Harry Truman formed a special investigative team of 12 hand-picked scientists and
The
military
Majestic
officers.
12. Guys, this is bullshit. I'm going to tell you right now. But, yeah, this is the kind of special we had back then. I don't know what it was, but this shit, it was X-Files, it was a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to bring you to some other things that are fun. There's just some sci-fi. Man, that stuff was so fucking sucked back then. How about this? Yeah, I think we need the evidence. This is from 1991. This is I'm playing this off of the cassette converter, who is a human media encoder. I don't know, maybe it could be a person. It's just a YouTube channel, but thanks to them for sponsoring this episode, for just having a video that I'm using. Let's get right to it. UFOs, the evidence.
Since the dawn of humanity, we
Ah,
have looked
it's a
out
great way to
towards
start
the stars,
a documentary.
as if compelled
Since
by
the
an
dawn
unknown
of humanity.
force, telling us you are not alone.
You
You're all part of the
are not
evolution of
alone.
the universe, on your way to higher realms of enlightenment.
This is what bugs me, man. When UFO shit gets all like, they're like, oh yes, we met these beautiful blonde-haired hippies from Beta Reticuli, and they sent us a message of peace and love. It's like, did they? Or was that the LSD? And I hate any alien thing where it's like, oh, it came to me in a dream and then implanted. No. I'm not even listening unless it's like a concrete, like, I fucking saw this shit. I don't want you to be waking up in bed.
The
If you're waking
ancient
up in
Indians
bed,
of Peru
you're asleep
were a
already.
highly advanced civilization.
It's a
who
dream.
lived thousands of years ago in the jungle of South America.
It's a dream.
Their
Not a
traditions
good one
speak
either,
of
a boring
visiting
one.
spaceman. At their reservations are the amazing Nazca lines, which are etched into
Nazca
the earth, and which are acknowledged as being
Nazca
aircraft
lines. I'll tell
runways
you,
and landing
it's
sites.
tough being a former conspiracy or
Artifacts of
like
great age have
paranormal
been found,
enthusiast.
which closely resemble
because
aircraft of today.
There's nothing new. They keep on saying this shit. It's like, there's guys on like Wendigoon or something. He's like, Majestic 12 might be real. One of the most gullible fucks. Like, look at. I'm not coming from a position of hierarchy here. I'm punching up, if anything. But Wendigoon, man, like these guys, he's probably like, have you heard of Majestic 12? It's like this shit was debunked when you were a twinkle in your dad's eye, Wendigoon, if that's how you were born. Unless you were like part of some ritual at Stonehenge. And then, I don't know, you landed in North Carolina, or wherever you're from. I don't know, where is he from? Texas? Wendigoon. Yeah, that guy's gullible as fuck. There's a lot of them. There's I watch them all. I love them. But they're all full of shit, and they're all very gullible, and they're not as old as me. I'm old, so I've been there. I've seen all this shit debunked a million times. And then there's common sense. They're like, missing 411. These conspiracy guys are like, it's a fact that all these people have been missing since, like, that might work for podunk bullshit, but that case isn't closed in my opinion. It's like, I'm sorry, Wendigoon, that you don't agree with the FBI in the way that they handled that missing person. And I'm sorry that you are fixated on one tiny bit of evidence where you're like, but they didn't fall off that cliff, but there's signs of blunt trauma. It's like, bro, what's more likely? That interdimensional Bigfoot fucking grabbed this dude out of nowhere, or he tripped and fell? Let's not get ridiculous. And that David Pilates guy, look, I'm big into this shit, but only because you got to know it to debunk it, right? And I can't help but have an interest in it, but I also can't help but have a brain, unlike Wendigoon, who believes any of this shit. I don't know. Is he 20? It's okay. He's young. He's got money. This guy's making money. Look, I wish I had that sense of wonder that I could get on here and bullshit you and be like, there's so many people missing from parks every year, and they're all missing under the same set of strange circumstances. It's like, or did someone pick circumstances to correlate together after the fact, which is not scientific and seemingly the elephant in the room in terms of proof or evidence that you're presenting? Your conclusions are bullshit. Grow up, Wendigoon. Okay, back to the... Who's that other guy? There's another guy. He's like, they're charming guys. I watch them. But they're so naive.
The ancient Indians of Peru were a highly advanced civilization who lived thousands of years ago in the jungle of South America.
Boring.
Their traditions speak of visiting
Can you believe this
spaceman.
shit?
At their reservations are the amazing.
You're like, why did
Nazca
you
lines
fucking
which are
decide to
etched into
bore
the
me
earth,
tonight, dude?
which are
I don't know.
acknowledged as
I don't know
being
why I decided to
aircraft
bore you tonight.
runways
I'm
and
sorry.
landing sites.
I'm so sorry.
Artifacts of great age have been found, which closely resemble aircraft of today.
I'm back. Did you guys check out my new video yet? It's Full House Hell Kills. See,
the sensational crop
unlike a lot of
formations
people who are
England
full of
have
shit,
generated great interest, and the question has to be asked if there
as
is any
a,
connection with
again,
the
a person
etching
with a
in Peru.
brain, as I am, and a person who's a fan of the Halloween movie franchise, I'm heavily inspired by what David Gordon Green did with the Halloween franchise.
I know the Hopi Indians very well. Today they live in Arizona.
Oh, this guy. This is the guy, the chariot of the gods. So he's the guy who came up with Ancient Aliens. I read this book when I was like 13. I'm like, this thing reads like fucking horse shit. Mothman Prophecies, I read that. Oh my God. Talk about drivel. It's like, no, we'll get to Mothman. We'll get to Mothman. And then it's the same thing with Whitley Strieber's Community. That book is fucking horseshit. He's like, okay, I saw an owl, then my, like the anal probe things, that comes from that communion book. And I'm like, look, I was a kid. I saw the communion book. Let me see if I can bring up an image of it. I saw this book at the supermarket, and I thought, yeah, that's a spooky image. It's a spooky image. Guys, it's a spooky image. What do you want? But, like, there's people online who are like, I'm terrified of aliens. There's more evidence of goddamn vampires. Are you kidding me? Come on. Guys. You should be afraid of, like, serial killers are definitely higher up on the list of things to be afraid of, and they're not even really, they're not really a threat. Just statistically, I mean, come on. Let's see, what else is more dangerous? Just cars? Just cars are more dangerous than aliens. That's something that there's no evidence of. There's not even a shred, not even a, I don't care what you say. If you're gonna get on YouTube and tell people that there's a shred of evidence of extraterrestrial life, my friend, You are full of shit. There's no other way to put it. You are full of shit. There's no evidence of that. There's none. Anecdotal evidence is not I don't think you know what evidence is. And yeah, to an extent, you know, science starts with an idea, right? Some far out ideas on, you know, unifying theories and stuff. They started out with like kind of like absolutely nutso. Why are you doing it? Yeah. Okay. With not. I'm trying to show you this picture. God damn it! I'm just gonna drag it. I'm just gonna do what I should have done a long time ago. Drag it right into goddamn. Yeah, I dragged that in. What are you doing? Never mind. Never mind. For some reason, like, images don't work anymore. Guys, I'm packing it up. This fucking sucks. All right, I'm gonna try to show you this because it's important. Dude, okay, I guess, so now it's going to take up the whole page. Great. So this is the cover of that book that everyone was so afraid of. And Wendigoon said that he cried when he saw it. I don't know. I don't know why I'm picking a fight with Wendigoon. The he's doing great. Guys, he's doing great. Redirect notice. The fuck? Sorry about that. Back to the thing. Okay, so I don't even know what I was saying. I don't even know, but this sucks. This is boring. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do for you. Yeah, stop being afraid of aliens. Stop being afraid of aliens. There's no such thing.
This one actually isn't directed by
You know what I'm saying? There is no such thing as aliens. I'm going to tell you that right now. Not the way you think. Not the way you think. Do you remember that movie? I wanted to watch a trailer for this. It's such a weird thing, but to me it embodies like yeah, let's watch this original. I'm gonna pop it up. Don't worry, I know it's not on the screen right now. But we gotta cut up this fucking boring ass, what do you call it? It's boring ass UFO special. I really failed you with stuff tonight. It's more about me talking tonight. All right, let's watch this.
For years, scientists have speculated that there was intelligent life in outer space. Now comes definitive proof that there is no such thing.
Come on, open this baby up. Let's see what she'll do.
Hit it, Blasny!
It's like when they came up with South Park.
5 misguided Martians have landed in Big Bean, Illinois.
Come on, let's kick some earthling butt.
Looks like you hit something.
On Halloween night.
Prepare to die, Earth scum!
Maybe later. Have fun, boys.
I feel like that lady's been in shit we watched before. But look.
Perhaps I'll just have to
First of all, I do not like when aliens are mixed with Halloween. Halloween is for the macabre. There's nothing macabre about aliens. Even a princess, okay? Not macabre. Still, it embodies, to a reasonable extent, the spirit of Halloween. Aliens, okay, aliens as a costume, fine. That's fine. I'm not going to say you can't be an alien. That's fair game. It's fair game, which is, it's Gaelic. No, it's fair game. But what I don't want is a movie that mixes that up. It's like space vampires. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Pick one. I don't want macabre things that are also technologically advanced, although, you know, there's some of that works, I guess. Hellraiser borders on that in some ways, but that's more like magical. Anyway, let's watch this.
Those little heads of yours.
And now they're up to their antennas in...
What did I step
Up to their antennas?
In trouble.
There are 5 of us and 4 billion of them.
I know you boys.
They're my cousins from California.
Dude!
I caught you going 3,000 miles per hour.
There goes my insurance.
They're not really bad. They're just stupid.
Join Captain Bipto.
I said,
Sorry.
Die, Earth scum. Prepare to die, Earth scum. Prepare to die, Earth scum. I'm gonna make sure they carve that on your tombstone.
Lieutenant Blasny.
I thought this was a bad idea.
Boondroid, the robot slave.
Now, Pinhead. Mom's gonna hear about this.
And all their spaced-out friends. As they take off on an adventure that's not quite out of this world.
Who taught you to drive, you moron?
Spaced Invaders.
We did win, didn't we?
That was one of the worst trailers I've ever seen. That was one of the worst trailers I've ever goddamn seen. My God. And I'll tell you why. It sucked. And there was another one where I think they sang Lua Lua or something. Let's see if I can find another trailer. That's the original trailer. Let's look at watch best lines.
Gee, officer, what seems to be the problem?
A license?
Is that Matthew McConaughey? Gee, officer. What seems to be the problem?
No taillights? No wheels? And I clocked you going 3,000 miles per hour. That's 2,945 miles an hour in excess of the posted limit.
This might be one of the best reactions to seeing an alien I've ever seen in a movie, like most realistic. Because you would be like, you can't be here, that's not even fucking true. This guy's like kind of just trying to write a ticket still. I know it seems absurd, but I think this is actually how someone might react.
Wheels? And I clocked you going 3,000 miles per hour. That's 2,945 miles an hour in excess of the posted
Looks like
limit.
his tan is like, his face is half tan because...
Insurance.
All right, where's your...
Great, there goes my insurance.
Isn't it kind of like, why so serious? Sort of. Maybe the first time I heard that a little more.
All right,
But
where's your...
this guy reminds me of someone.
What's a spaceship, and what are you?
I'm a carnivorous duck.
Wait, I don't understand. This is not the Chipmunks. They didn't record their voices normal speed and then have to... Why are they talking so slowly? Is it like just an affectation that comes about because of self-awareness? Like, I know I'm in a costume, so I have to like... It's like when someone thinks because you don't speak English or whatever language, like they have to talk louder. So they're like, oh, well, I'm in a costume, so I have to act slower. So watch this. What is going on? They're not the Chipmunks, guys. These aren't the Chipmunks.
Great, there goes my insurance.
Who's that
All
supposed
right,
to be?
where's your spaceship?
What's a spaceship, and what are you?
I'm a carnivorous duck, and I'm in a bad mood. Now start talking, or I start eating.
Oh, you mean
No,
my spaceship?
you didn't miss anything. There's just a random shot of the brick wall.
Lead you right to it. Come on.
Some alien minute you turned out to be.
What's the DOD?
I'm gonna read you a little bit on the Wikipedia while we watch. I just want to find out a little bit more about this movie, Spaced Invaders, because I haven't thought about it in many years. So it came out in 1990, which makes sense. Let's see who fucking directed this shit. That's what. So directed by Patrick Reed Johnson. Okay, so still alive. Okay, still alive. 61. Wadsworth, Illinois. So there was a mention of Illinois. I lived in Illinois for 2 years. I'm glad I did. I did feel like I was in the middle of goddamn nowhere. Because I lived in New York before that, and then Boston briefly during the pandemic. WMD! He directed Baby's Day Out. Right? That's what it says. Okay. Yeah, he did. Okay, so he did Baby's Day Out, Angus. Remember that movie? That was a quintessential 90s movie. I never saw it. The Genesis Code, 52577. I'm so sorry. Was that dead air? Yeah, I'm reading about his latest movie. I don't know. He directed a few movies, but this was his first movie. And he acted in this movie. He acted. Technical credits. Did he write anything? Well, he wrote Space Invaders. And the story for Dragonheart. Dragonheart. This was like that thing. So, I don't know, man. This guy is interesting. I don't know how you, like, kind of, like... Because this movie wasn't a huge hit. Baby's Day Out was a scant 4 years later. So he's friends with Hughes. Okay, so I figured it out. He's friends with John Hughes, who's an Illinois guy. Where I lived, actually, for a while, is like where they shot. Well, the Home Alone house was there. And fucking the hot, like, Charlie's. It's like a burger place that was in some movies. And, like, the train station was in Risky Business. The alley where I got my crack was featured in Ferris Bueller. The methadone clinic. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. Guys, he directed for television Dinosaurs. Okay, so he directed the show Dinosaurs. He's used to working with, I guess you could say, scale or reptilian type fleshed puppet people. It's kind of his thing. He was a visual effects producer. So he's like, yeah, he's like a John Hughes guy. I don't know, man. He's chilling with John Hughes. What's his personal life? We don't have anything about his personal life. Well, that's great. What time is it? Midnight? I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I will say I got to not a lot of what I wanted to. But you know what? Let's see. Maybe I could give you a little preview of what I'm working on before we go here. Now, the way I edit these fucking things is like, they're not, like, I know where they're going, but they're very, like, rough for a while. So I can't honestly tell you if there's anything funny about this in its current state. Because I can't remember where I left it. But I'll just fucking, for the fun of it, I'll play you what I'm working on now, which is, I've gotten around to finally sitting down with Boy Meets World for a special little video I like to call Boy Meet. And yeah, that's gonna be out soon. But I feel, you know, it's like, you want to peek behind the sausage or see how the curtains are made? Well, now's your chance. Let me just change this fucking see, this is the thing. My biggest problem right now is that I set up the monitors so that, like, when I go to the edge of this screen, because there's two here, so I go to the edge of this screen, and it doesn't go anywhere. I have to go this way. It goes around, and I didn't notice it until I was just about to go live, and I was already so fucking late. I didn't want to disappoint you. Why is it so quiet? Oh, geez, sorry about that. I turned the volume down. I hope you could hear me. It was like stuck to my mouse thing, my mouse. My cursor. But anyway, okay, because of that, I literally keep doing the exact wrong maneuver. Well, over and over and over again. Where is that fucking? Okay, here we go. I'm going to change this screen capture, this window capture to, yeah, can we see it? All right. I'll show you a little bit of this. Mr. Matthews. Mr. Hunter. Topanga. All right, I'm just going to play this a little bit. This is exclusive for hanging out.
And with me here, my engineer, and with me here, wacky sick on the morning sick, Mr. Ass.
Thank you, Mr. Feeney. You're a great friend to read.
That's enough ass. Nobody likes ass.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
And now, because the halls of our heart, of our schools, of our heart, of the halls of our schools, of our halls of our school beat the youth, Here is the halls of our heart.
Try this knife.
Thanks.
Try this knife.
And now, a little change of pace, a blast from my past. This is...
Look, maybe you have to push a button. Are you kidding me?
How hard?
Like this.
I don't think this is supposed to be there. You're supposed to cut that.
Kidding me? And now, nude kids.
Let's just say nude kids. I'll make it work. Is that it? No. Oh yeah, I wanted to experiment with putting a bunch of black in the middle of see people stop watching.
Good morning. Looks like a clear and sunny morning.
You take and leave.
Yes, I am.
Swallow your head and leave.
Eric doesn't want Corey around while he tries to Eric doesn't want Corey around while he tries to weasel money out of good old mom and dad and mom and dad.
Okay, Eric.
He needs money.
What happened to his allowance?
He blew it on.
Problem here is I got allowance to patient inflation. No idea what costs to take out pretty good.
So I don't know why that makes me laugh. Well, that's it for now. But I'll give you a little. Let's watch what else I was working on. I'll give you another little preview, guys. This is like the pluses. So I'm working on the finale. I was talking about how I was a fan of David Gordon Green's take on Halloween with his trilogy. All of them, I love them. I fucking love them. All of them, without reservation. I'll say that, without qualification. So I wanted to come back with Full House Hell, and then Full House Hell Kills, which is the sequel to Halloween Kills, is the sequel, and then Halloween Ends. This is Full House Hell Ends, and I figure I came back after several years, right? I'm making 3 more Full House Hells. This is probably the last one, because, like, I mean, I could be doing this when I'm 50. But, like, I have other shit to do. So, like, it's for now. I mean, I think I've done, like, the final chapter of things before. That's, like, an homage anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I can come back. But for now, I wanted to come back. I had an idea for doing 3 Full House Hells in a row. And then move on for good. Because I needed to get it out of my system. But I have other shit like Boy Meat. But so this is ostensibly the final Full House Hell. Whoop. Let me make sure I'm not at the beginning, guys. Okay.
Sorry, that was my first.
It's hard to understate how much I hate Kirk Cameron. And those who've seen Halloween Ends kind of might get a vibe for where I'm going with it. It's a loose connection, but with this one, it's like there's a kind of a representation here.
Steve? DJ, how you doing, sports?
glasses?
Got them off.
Your braces?
Got them off.
Your face full of zits?
Got them off. You got them off.
Your face full of braces?
They cleared up. Hey.
Yeah, one night I went to bed.
Sometimes I'll just leave clips like that.
Kimmy, do you realize you just slammed the door in my face?
What?
Here, let me help you.
Right. Here's someone else you haven't met yet.
To me, this is different than my other shit. Like all of what I like, it's like the same thing, but like a different take. It's like somebody who's really good at mimicry took over, but it's like a different take on the same shit. You know what I mean? To me, this is like, it just feels a little different in a good way. It's like fresh, I guess.
Steve, yep. Steve, drop pass.
Here we go. Yes. All right. Yes, right here. Come over.
I'm experimenting a little bit, but it's not like I'm experimenting with a new technology or technique. It's like cerebral. Anyway, guys, oh my lord, oh my Lord's name in vain. I love you to pieces. Special thanks to my sponsors, Wendigoon, Mother's Mark, SpacedInvaders.com. What else? Who am I forgetting? Oh, and viewers like you. I do see some hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Somebody gave me hearts. I'm about to get out of here, but I love you. Love you to pieces. Guys, I'm going to have Boy Meet, the Boy Meets World thing, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be up soon. I was really busy, and that's why, and then I had an ear infection too at one point, which is like, normally just children have those, not elderly men like myself, but que sera. I love you. I want you to have a good one. I want that for you. Dearly, I want that for you. I think you deserve it. Adios. You know what I mean? I love you.
Argon Fritz. Argon Fritz VCR Argon Fritz. Argon Fritz VCR